Okay, guys, so welcome to our Incubate Vegas sessions. It's a 10-week program. We're very excited to have you. So today's going to be a little casual. What we're going to do a lot of today is just kind of learning each other and having conversations. We're going to partner you into pairs as well. To get through some of the activities, as you can tell, this is why I'm casual. I'm trying to get the casual vibe today. So ideate, understanding your entrepreneurial traits and priorities. So today's session is just ideate. We're going to go through, like I said, different questions, really having you guys take a look at what the lifestyle looks like, what you are trying to get out of your business, really what is going to be required kind of long term. The program schedule, so September 20th, which is today, we're doing ideation. September 27th is ideation, idea to business. October 4th, position, knowing your customer's market. October 11th, position, business model and pricing strategy. October 18th is position, legal strategy and entity formation. October 25th, commit, go to market and distribution. November 1st, commit, sales and financials. November 8th, it's refine, building the organization and team. November 15th, launch financials and fundraising. And finally, November 29th, launch, pitch, practice, and feedback. If by chance you cannot make it to a session, we do record these and we share them with the cohort. So that way you can keep up and watch after. We do recommend that everybody come in person as much as possible so that we can keep it interactive and make sure we keep everybody engaged. It also provides you guys the opportunity to ask, different people questions that may be here from our team as well as just get to know each other. Okay. So ideate, objectives and outcomes, assess entrepreneurial traits and personal priorities, develop and refine your business idea. So the things that we're going to be covering are, what are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur? What are my entrepreneurial traits? What is the business I want to have? Does my idea fit with my desired lifestyle? Okay, so let's get started. Our first question is, and we want you guys to give some thought behind this. Are you ready to be an entrepreneur? And do you guys, I'd like for you guys to think about it for a second before I ask for people to explain yes or no and why. Any volunteers wanna? Why are you guys ready to be are you guys ready to be an entrepreneur? Sorry. Yes, no, yes. Is that why you're, okay, that's exactly why you're here, is to find out. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I know a lot of you that are a little bit more experienced. Yes, I want to change my industry. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Sam.
I am ready to be an entrepreneur. I've owned my own business before, worked administratively in large organizations, and just know that's where my gifts and graces, where I do my best work, is when I'm not only developing but supporting my ideas as well as others.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so yes, I'm ready and have a business. I've been in a business for 3 years now. That's from Ebony. So everybody has different reasons, as you can see. Some people may already be on the journey and want to pivot because they may not love what they do. Some people want to be their own boss, right? Everybody has their own reasons. Some people just may have a really great idea. They're like, okay, I want to capitalize on this. Can I? Where do I go next? Can I go anywhere? So everybody brings their own unique perspective to this course. And as you learn, the people that are around you, there's different reasons for the reasons why you're going to go. Family, generational wealth, a great idea. It just really depends on you. So here is something that I want you guys to think about and kind of discuss amongst yourselves. Chat group, please feel free to chat with each other in the group and just share what your thoughts are behind this. What are the characteristics of a successful entrepreneur? And what are my entrepreneurial traits? Okay, so I think what we'll do, while you guys still kind of figure it out, what I'd like to do, and the reason I asked for everybody to think of 3, is to each give an answer as a group and try to have a different answer than the group before. We'll start with some from online. Cara, would you mind reading a few out?
Of course. Let me just scroll to the top. We have so many great ones. Relentless. We never give up. Bold and able to fail. Perfect. Fail fast and fail often. Right. Patience, resolving problems with solutions, willing to always learn. Independent and self-driven. Lawrence, yours is very long, but innovative, adaptive, and grows from failure. Introspection, business management, leadership, great communication. So many great ones here, Roxana.
You need to be passionate about what you do. I think somebody once told me that it's very hard for founders to hire salespeople because they're never going to sell it the way the founder is and how passionate they are about it. And I think that rings true for the most part. I think, you know, as being founders, you're always going to be passionate about your product, your service, or your idea. Okay, so next question, and we'll give it another 2 minutes. What are my entrepreneurial traits? Give it some thought. We'll have some people share again from both online and in the room. Do the same thing. We'll just, whoever wants to raise their hand and give me an answer, great. If you guys want to discuss it amongst your group, we'll give it a few minutes. Who wants to go first? Anybody want to throw out a trait? Yes,
Being
ma'am.
a good listener and hearing what is being asked of you as a business owner and being able to hear that and give it back to them the way that they are looking to get it.
So being a good listener and being able to receive feedback and act on it. Is that right? I think those are all good traits. Those are all great traits. Anybody else in the room? Yes, sir.
I think what we all kind of laughed at, you gotta be a problem. You gotta be a problem solver because something's always going wrong when it comes to starting a new business that you always have to, some sort of fire that you have to put out.
I feel like that's life.
Yes.
Being a problem solver.
Yep.
So being able to solve problems. Yes, absolutely. Anybody else back here?
You kind of hit on a few different angles of it, like being able to check your ego at the door.
Got it. That's a good one.
If you know, if you need to, if you're hearing people, then you need. I'm sorry. If you're only hearing people, you're not listening.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to set some of that aside and take in the feedback and critique that you're getting.
So checking your ego, which plays to what we heard earlier, is being able to receive feedback, right? So making sure your ego doesn't get in the way of getting feedback that could help you move forward. Yes, sir.
All right. This one, I like your opinion on. It's quintessential to me.
Okay.
And it's gotten me a couple of amazing jobs in the past.
Okay.
I'm not multilingual. I do know a lot of Philippine dialect because my parents is from volunteer and living under the park for the last 40 years. A combination for the last 40 years, but I consider myself bilingual bipolar.
Okay. Bilingual bipolar. Okay.
And that emphasizes my box thinking. Of course, it doesn't make me a good entrepreneur by myself. I have to have a village associated with it. But that kind of out of box thinking, that kind of empathy, as well as that kind
Empathy,
of
that's a good one. Yeah.
Because one of the biggest problems that entrepreneurs have is there's so much isolation, there's so much intensity that they don't understand how to handle that. That's why there's so many suicides as entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Which biggest itself is experience as well.
Yeah. So what he was saying is empathy plays a big part, and not internalizing is probably a good way to put it.
That's the big part. That's the thing about being bipolar. You don't see a box. The box doesn't exist. See, I mean, it is the answer because you're seeing things that other people don't see.
Yeah.
And you process things differently, and that's like a lot of people with autism are really good in innovation because they process differently.
So being a little bipolar is what the gentleman here is saying, and being able to think out of the box. And I think you're right. A lot of our big entrepreneurs today do have a slight form of autism or fall on the spectrum somewhere. And they admittedly do so, right? And I think I think thinking out of the box is probably, a really good characteristic to have, especially coming to an entrepreneur, because it plays into a lot of what other people have said here, being able to receive feedback, checking your ego, so as you can see, everything kind of ties in together. There was something in the back. Thick-skinned, yes, I agree. I'm sorry?
Be able to tolerate some risk.
Tolerate risk. Yep. Yes. Amen.
Easy to work on, very easy to work with.
Easy to work with? Yeah. Actually, Maggie probably, if you guys get a chance to talk to her later, that's Maggie Sailing. She is the heart and soul of StartUpNV. She's married to Jeff Sailing, one of the co-founders. She will tell you, if you get the opportunity to talk to her, about co-founders that weren't easy to work with, that have lost funding in the past because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like a marriage. Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of emotions and a lot of events, and so you have to make sure you're compatible.
Yeah. Ask her stories. There was one more up here. Yes, sir.
You have holistic mindset.
A holistic mindset. I like that. Anybody online? Cara, do you want to read out some answers from online?
Sorry, we we didn't get a lot of new answers, but motivating, adapted, a great communicator.
Perfect. Okay. So everything that you guys have said kind of ties into one another, right? So being adaptive, being a good communicator ties in with being able to accept feedback. Checking your ego at the door also leads into that. I really like the kind of being bipolar. Being able to think outside of the box is something that's going to, I think, really benefit any entrepreneur that's trying to figure out how to make their product or service work. So a lot of great answers here, but I hope that this kind of helped you understand that everybody's also kind of on the same page here, right? Like you guys are all thinking the same way, which is great. Okay, next slide. Write your reasons for wanting to start your business shared with your partner. So if you guys want to write your reasons, it's up to you if you guys want to share or if you don't. Anybody online, if you want to write it on the chat, write your reasons for wanting to start your business. That would be great. We'll read some out. We'll open up the floor again for people to share why. We'll give you guys a few minutes. Okay, guys. So does anybody want to share? And does anybody want to share in the room for your reason for wanting to start your own business? Any volunteers? I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, what I'm looking to do, I'm looking to get into the cyber fight. So ethical hacking, offensive, defensive. I want to bring veterans with me. I want to bring the veterans with me. And for a variety of reasons for doing that, basically, for that piece of it, trading up the workforce and obviously diversifying a little bit of the Nevada industrial base. Right now, obviously, we're pretty heavily focused on the gaming industry, and we got a number of initiatives underway here to start bringing more people into high technology, tech careers and everything. So that's basically what I'm looking to do.
Nice. Okay. Anybody else here want to share? Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys heard that. I'm pretty sure you heard the first one. Second one, he wants to help people. No better reason than that, right? Is just want to help people. I'm the same way as you. I try to help everybody. Any other? Hold on, I'm coming back there. I'm just trying to get, yeah. I think that's probably a big motivator for most people in this room, is just getting out of the same old 9 to 5, being your own boss, right? Making your own decisions. I understand that.
So much potential to grow, like no matter where you're at.
I agree. So growth potential. There's always going to be growth potential as an entrepreneur in building your business. Anything else in the room? Oh, I'm coming.
Yeah, for me, I wanted to just inspire and create more space for human connection. And a part of that is also, part of what we're doing is also keeping culinary arts alive. And then also, I just want to serve underserved chefs.
So serving the underserved, that is a huge part of my heart, actually. So I don't know if you guys heard that, Cara? Yeah?
Yes, we heard it.
Thank you kindly. Perfect. Okay. Ken? Yes, perfect. Okay, so anybody else in the room? Can we switch to online? Some great answers here, by the way. Like it's, I love how everybody's kind of thinking about it. There's a lot of people that I'm seeing nod their head when somebody else responds, like, yeah, that's exactly why. Cara, I'll hand it over to you.
Well, I would love for people here in the chat to unmute themselves directly and just tell us a little bit more about their story.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so do we have any volunteers?
Hi. I'm Ollie. My journey, I was a teacher for many years, and my goal is just to have a structured, strong educational program for kids. So my goal is just to bring kids in that's really, really struggling in a regular educational setting and to redirect their attention to what learning really is. So I'm more like a restructuring program to the mindset of what learning is. So my goal was always to help kids become the best person that they can be as adults.
That's absolutely great. Anyone else?
I'd like to provide a standard of care for the geriatric population. I work in a hospice, and we are constantly looking for housing or somewhere for persons with no family or that are indigent to live, to be able to get services that are free or are supported by other entities. So just trying to create housing that has a great standard of care that the geriatric population can live in and be safe and live out the rest of their days in.
That's absolutely great. And I'm just loving this cohort. I love the energy. I love the excitement. I love what you're all working on. I'm sorry, but I didn't catch your name, and your name's not labeled on the Zoom. Could you share that with the group?
Anita McGee.
Hi, Anita. Nice to meet you. Is anybody else interested in sharing their story?
I guess I'll jump in here. Hello, my name is David Navarro, and I've been working as an LMT licensed massage therapist for over a decade. And like I said, I'm well versed in driving my own clients and getting my own sales, and I've been doing it with my boots on the ground, grassroots, running around in a parking lot since 2013. So now I have an invention that I've been working on for about the same time that addresses lower pelvic floor drop. I'm really far along in my own journey, and not to get too far into all of that, but I'm just really inspired by everybody that's shown up this time. I did get introduced to this last year and didn't really understand what the beast was, and I'm ready to really take full advantage of it this year. So yeah, thank you guys.
Fantastic. We're excited to have you. Anybody else interested in sharing?
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Rajini Khan Jayasivan. Yeah, I've been, working in the gaming industry for quite long, like gaming and hospitality industry for like 23, 25 years now. So I've been doing a lot of work about the digital transformation and other things. So my goal is to bringing the digital transformation and the security to the casino industry, right? So that's where that, my entrepreneurship is going to be. And I've been working in the startup for 2 years, and I'm the founder. And we launched our first product to one of the largest casino in the industry. So, so that's my goal of bringing the digital transformation and security to the casino world is what my startup is all about, right? And the other goal is, I want an early retirement. That's all it is.
Great, thank you. Who would like to go next?
Well, Lovely Laguerre. Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Lovely Laguerre. I'm here with Pure Heavenly. That's my company. And truly, when it comes to building your business, it's all about, making a difference, empowering other women. My company is all about beauty products, but there's more to it besides just, want to make a sale or, getting some, selling something. It's all about, making a difference in women, that's underserved, the background, where I have a company with Ladies Turn, where we want to be making programs for other women, all backgrounds that does not have, like for instance, I want to collaborate with St. Jude to start doing the for alopecia patients to give my company to just sponsor and give wigs and hair to women that goes through so the heartache of losing their hair. And that's what I want to be able to be out there and really truly help, besides just being a part of company. So that's my truly is to want to empower women and know that the truth, and do know beauty is skin deep. There's more to it. It's not just only the outer; it's also the inner beauty that counts. So that's what I want to be up. Yeah.
Love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Roxana, how much more time do we have? Can we do a few more?
I think we can. Do you want to wait till the end and maybe we'll get through and then we'll bring up some more examples? Because I'd love to come back to this. I think this is extremely powerful and really good to know, other people's perspectives. I'm sure as you hear some stories, they may relate to you or you identify with for one of the reasons you want to start your business. Are you okay with that, Cara?
Yeah, absolutely. I was also thinking it'd be fantastic towards the end of this if you could introduce yourself and Ken and Maggie so that everybody knows who is our facilitating and leading team for the program.
Hi, guys. I am Roxana Hussein. Did I not say that? I'm sorry if I missed it. So my name is Roxana Hussein. I have actually been with StartUpNV for about a year. Before that, I worked for the city for about 5 years, which is how I've met this incredible organization. And I am now in IT plus doing this. This is my passion job, which means I do it because I love it. And because I strongly believe in our talent here and the entrepreneurs here and what we can really do. California, what do you mean? No, I'm just kidding. Don't tell anybody I said that. But I mean, I really do think that we're overlooked because of, geography. And we have so many incredible people here with so many great ideas. And we just really want to support. Nickname is Rookie. It's just easier to remember, like Rookie of the Year. That is me. And I will hand it off to Maggie.
I imagine I'm pretty large in the camera. So I am the Chief of Operations for StartUpNV. And StartUpNV, in case you don't know, is a statewide accelerator and incubator for Nevada. So we focus a lot on Nevada. We're trying to diversify the economy. And in order to do that, we're doing two things. We're educating entrepreneurs and we're bringing in investors. So it's hard to grow a business without getting investment. It's not impossible. It's just harder. So I will be here occasionally. I am the Tam Sam Som queen. And so you'll see me in a couple of weeks on that particular topic. Come on up, Ken.
Nah, it's just a little me underdog is what I tell people. Hi, my name is Ken Evans. I work for a MYS firm. We're a consultant. And prior to that, some of you may remember me from, I was the president for the Urban Chamber of Commerce. And a big focus of ours was working with small, diverse businesses. And the interest or the focus that I have and that we have collectively as a team is two things. We absolutely want to build the universal ecosystem, environment, and infrastructure to support entrepreneurs in the state of Nevada. And then at the same time, an interest of mine and ours is making sure that we have both founders and investors of color, meaning as we diversify our economy, let's not leave anybody behind. So we want to make sure that we get as many people involved, educated, informed, and engaged as possible. So look forward to working with you all.
And our Wizard of Oz voice online, Cara, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Cara. I am the Accelerator and Incubator Operations Manager. I am the voice behind the curtain. I'll turn my camera on in the later meetings. I'll actually be there for the business model presentation because that's my jam, is all business models. It's really exciting to meet everybody. I've been with StartUpNV for about a year. And I am really excited about the work we're doing in our economic development and economic diversification. I think programs like this are really important for creating new businesses so that we can rise as a state and to advance and develop our economy. So if you guys have any questions about any of the programs or have any sort of technical issues, I'm your person. You can shoot me a note through this chat here or Slack or email, and I'm happy to help.
Also, for anybody that has not joined our Slack channel, please join our Slack channel. You'll get to see a lot of, or ask a lot of great questions and everything on there that you can continue, as well as just engage with each other. I believe well, I think everybody had access to it or was sent out in one of the emails that we sent. Please join it, ask questions, engage. All 4 of us are on there, plus we have some of our other group members on there that can really help you. Your mentors will also be a part of the Slack channel. So just, it's an easy way to get, honestly, if you Slack me at 12 a.m., I'll more than likely be up. So feel free. Okay, so let's go to our next slide. Okay, so you want to be an entrepreneur. What is your idea of being an entrepreneur? What about being a business owner excites you? Describe your goals and the lifestyle you intend to live. Here's an interesting one. So please, within your groups, talk about all 3 of these, discuss them. What I'm curious about, though, and I'd like everybody to, or whoever wants to volunteer to give an answer, is describe your goals, in particular, the lifestyle you intend to live. I'm curious about that. So take a few minutes, talk amongst yourselves. Again, online, please feel free to share on chat. Curious to know the lifestyle you intend to live. So does everybody in this room have you guys, so like I said, I'm really interested in this, and this is going to lead up to the next slide, is describe your goals, but what I'm really interested in is the lifestyle you intend to live. So any volunteers on sharing the lifestyle you intend to live for being an entrepreneur? Yes.
I want to volunteer for my good friend Mauricio.
Okay, Mauricio from Colombia. What did he say?
That is, I have this philosophy that the most amazing innovations are coming from the global south.
Yeah,
With all the challenges the world has now, with climate change and economic uncertainty and the questions about foreign currency and government and war and whatever, people that have survived in the global south and come here are so much better equipped to have the persistence and to have the lifestyle and to have the goals and the aspirations than those of us that have not had those kind of challenges.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm encouraging Mauricio.
Come on, Mauricio.
That's a really big responsibility was given here. Thank you, my friend Ricky. Basically, let me introduce myself so you can understand me. I've been I've been a business owner for the most part of my life. I'm here. I'm relatively new to the US. I've been in the creative brand communication business all of my life, and what I want to do right now is share that knowledge. That's one of what I know. Help new brands, new founders, people who need to organize their brand, their communication, their storytelling, the things, because brand is a strategic tool for entrepreneurs. So yeah, it's actually that's one of the things we're here. But because what's of the basic things of my idea, I want to share my knowledge and also keep my independence, my economic independence, and be able to know new projects, new people, to, I don't know, maybe build something from the ground up in different aspects, diversity or whatever, or new things, curiosity.
10 years from now, what is the lifestyle you want? Like, what is your goal? What makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah.
Learn new things, do what I want, have an easy, tranquil life.
Financial freedom?
Financial freedom.
Got it.
And I know that's a little bit like contradictory with the entrepreneur style of lifestyle, because at the beginning of any business, you will have to get up on a bike and a static one. So you're not going to be going anywhere.
I agree. But the intent at the end of your journey is financial freedom, whether that be a successful business that you're making billions or a successful exit, right? It really depends on what you want. Anybody else in the room want to volunteer?
Well, one of the things that I would like to do is to build a memory care center. Again, I'm really passionate about providing housing and adequate standards of care for living for those that are indigent and just in need of good medical care. And I want to leave a legacy. I'm a new grandmother, and I have come to understand the importance of educating my family in terms of how to manage finances. It's not so much, having financial stability, but how do you manage that financial stability so that it becomes a legacy for those that come after you? And
So
that you provide-
generational wealth is what you're thinking?
Yes,
Got it.
absolutely.
That's a great response. I think that's the goal for a lot of people, is to be successful enough that they can leave their children, their grandchildren, their dogs, in my case, set up for life. But that's a noble lifestyle and goal to want to live.
I just want to be able to work from anywhere in the world where I want to be. And while I'm there, have the money to make a difference, create jobs, build a school, do whatever.
Wow.
Just that's kind of it.
Anybody online? Thank you for that. Anybody online?
Like I said, I've been an entrepreneur for the past decade, and I just want to, I don't make mountains of money, but I do live my life pretty open and free, and I make my own time schedule. I'm able to come and go, move my schedule around. So, it's out there, and it is buildable. It is scalable. You don't need the $1 billion buyout to get there. So I just want to give everybody the encouragement, that whatever venture you're going toward, you can do it. You can make that life your own, and really love it.
I love that. Anybody else in the room?
I think everybody's covered a lot of points. My goal is also to get an early retirement from these 20 years of my life, 20 or 25 years of life into the IT industry, being worked really, really hard. And I saw of this that, maybe I could get an early retirement and have fun and travel around the world. So that's what my goal is.
Okay, I had worked for the government for 35 years and I retired 2 years ago. So I know that your time is a very valuable thing. So I want to spend some time doing a business, but I don't want to devote all of my time. So the business that I'll be starting, I will be able to still have a lot of my time and take off and do my vacations when I want. But later, I'm hoping to able to pass this on to other young people, because I found out a lot of young people nowadays, they're not really into trying to stay on a job for 35 years of retirement. They're looking for something, the entrepreneur type thing, but they don't have the information. So I'm hoping to get this solid and I can pass this on to them so they can have a good road to go down.
That's a good response. One more in from the room. 1 second. I just got a quote. Be brave enough to suck at something new.
Honestly, I want to feel my way to success, and the only way, the easiest thing is to go with the tide, to swim with the tide. That's not really what an entrepreneur does, because the entrepreneur actually moves the tide or moves in a different direction. And so if you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to succeed, because the status quo is going to always be there unless somebody else bucks the trend. And so you got to be willing to be in an environment that celebrates the valiant successes, in addition to the victories that might be, what's the term? The hockey stick kind of victories. Yeah. I don't necessarily want to be a fictitious animal. I just want to make a difference that helps people's lives.
I like that. That's honest. Let's take one more from online and go to the next slide.
Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, my name is Lawrence. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I have the Sound of Cheesecake, and I'm also a musician. And being a musician and touring as a rapping artist for about 12 years allowed me to be able to connect with people on a vibrational level that's unmatched to most other forms of communication. Even in countries where people couldn't understand the English language, still the vibration was resonant. And being in business with the Sound of Cheesecake, in my opinion, allows me to be able to, as someone just said, kind of disrupt the status quo, that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of unfair business practices that are going around in the country as well. And with some of the people in society, we have an uncanny ability to be able to manipulate things or control things or change things and do things like that. And I think working in a 9-to-5 or working under someone else would be counterproductive to some of those skills that a lot of us have as entrepreneurs or potential entrepreneurs. So I think that's one thing about being a business owner that excites me, is to be able to use the skills that, I've been, blessed with for all these years, to be able to affect change in my community and to kind of balance things out for a lot of people who need work and, make it a nice, fair and friendly environment for people to be able to make a livelihood with.
It's a good answer. Okay. Thank you guys all for sharing. It's a great perspective. Is there one more? No? Okay. It's a lot of great perspectives here, a lot of different, lifestyle goals. I learned something new every day, and I heard some new ones, which I love. And I really like that a lot of them have to do with making change. I think that's great. Okay. Oh, hold on. I'm going to pass this off to Ken. He's going to ask you guys to do something.
Yeah, I was going to try to stay in the background, but what I would encourage you all to do is save your notes. And from time to time, especially when time gets hard, but at the same time, celebrate success along the way. Save your notes, take a look at them from time to time.
Thank you, Ken. It's always interesting to go back. It's like when you're in high school, right? 10 years later, you look at what you wrote in somebody's yearbook, you're like, what was I thinking? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Characteristics of entrepreneurs group exercise. That's okay. I was like, wait, I think we've been doing that. So lifestyle considerations. Okay. So Megan, do you kind of want to go over lifestyle considerations?
So you guys are embarking on a roller coaster ride. It can be really tough. And there are times where, gosh, you think that things are going along well and you've hired people, and now you're holding all of these families in your hand. And it can be really stressful when you look at the business and you realize it can't support this number of people. And it's gut-wrenching. There are really tough times ahead, but it is one of the most rewarding things that you can do, because you will be able to grow your business and hire people and add jobs and do that thing that makes you happiest. But for lifestyle considerations, if you're married, if you have small children, this can be really taxing on a family. If you're working 80 or 100 hours a week, you're not going to see your family much. So this is something that you should consider. Do you want to have a business where you're able to go to a place and do the thing that you want to do and you make people happy, and it doesn't have to be all consuming? You're working like 60 hours a week instead of 100 hours a week, and that makes you happy. I would suggest that you figure out what does make you happy. What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Are you the kind of person who's like, okay, for the next 15 years, I'm willing to work 100 hours a week because I have these other goals that are bigger. And so when I get to where I can have an exit, then I can reinvest in new entrepreneurs, or I can go live in Slovenia, or you can do what you want to do. You want to give it back to people. You really need to ask yourself, why are you starting the business, and what kind of lifestyle do you want to have while you're building your business and then after? And so in your homework sheet there, it even asks like, how long do you want to run this business? And what does an exit look like for you? Are you building something for your children to take over? What if your children don't want to? Then what do you do? Okay, there's a lot of lifestyle considerations that you should just think about before you commit to this business, because it does take a ton of commitment. That's all I have to say. I love that.
That's very true. Our next slide that I'm going to bring up is your homework. So here are some questions that we would love for you guys to take home, respond to, think about, and then we can cover next week and discuss what your responses are. So what is your business idea? Where will you conduct business? Who is your customer? What is your goal in starting this business? How much will you invest in the business? How long do you want to be in the business, and how will you exit the business? All of these are very valid questions. You'll see how relevant they are to all of you as you go through your journey of being an entrepreneur. They're on the sheets in front of you as well. If you don't have sheets, please raise your hand. Make sure you get some. But it's a lot to think about. What are your reasons for wanting to start a business? Does anybody online want to share any other reasons they want to start a business? Or online and then in the room? Online?
Yeah, I would like to. My name is Maggie as well, so I'll go by my full name, Magdalene, just to avoid confusion. But I thought for a long time I couldn't be an entrepreneur because I didn't have any interesting or passionate ideas. I love accounting. I love going into the books. I like doing taxes. It is a very fun problem-solving experience for me. And it's been very helpful to hear from friends and family to learn that you could support businesses by doing that for them. And so that was just a very exciting moment to realize that it didn't have to be a very unique idea or a very passionate thing. It's just I am passionate about numbers and helping other people with the numbers and taking care of it for them so that way they can do what they want to do.
Anybody else? Oh, back there. I'm on my way.
My name is Mike Levine, and I am the current owner of Brand Marketing Works. It's been open for 17 years, and I'm looking into my next adventure. And I know, a lot of the things that you're talking about are very true. And I'm just looking for the next. I have an idea that it's been percolating for a while, and I'm going to break it out and jump onto the next one.
How many of you guys have an idea right now that you guys are trying to figure out if you can make into a business? Interesting. A large amount of people.
Please include me in that as well.
Okay. So that seems to be a common theme, I think, for this classroom, which was our first cohort too, is there's a lot of people with ideas that just want to know if they can make it into a business. That there are a lot of people with ideas that want to know if they can turn it into a business. Anybody else want to share why they want to start their own business? Sure.
We have a lot of ideas, but what if we are already kind of started, but we need more of like direction or validation of that particular path that we've started down?
So you're not the only person. There are a lot of people in the room here. I think at the very beginning when I asked the question, a lot of people are already on their journey. This we're hoping can help with support of our mentors, which will be tomorrow evening. Help for you to understand, and how to get on the right path. We do have an ecosystem with a lot of successful entrepreneurs as well. Jeff and Maggie being two of them. And it's part of the reason that they wanted to start this, right?
And we are going to cover customer validation.
So you'll see that there's going to be a lot of value for people that are already within their journey as well. Come tomorrow, by the way, mentors. We will hook you up with one that is a good fit for you. Anybody else? Oh.
Like entrepreneurship to me was like a really good to start. And since I'm really young, I thought and it's so pointed out for me that I don't have a lot of responsibilities to take advantage of it. So I can start off young and start building a foundation. So when I'm older, I can have more freedom and have financial freedom.
We need more kids that think like this, right? Or late teens, early 20s. I'm not gonna ask you how old you are. You look great. But I do think that, a lot more people in early college or just getting out of high school should really think the way you are. Anybody else in the room? Anybody online?
I'll share. My name is Ebony Black. I'm the CEO of Connect Staffing. It's an online staffing and recruiting business. I did not necessarily want to become an entrepreneur, but I was forced into it during COVID. But it was totally a blessing in disguise, and I'm so happy that it was in my cards to do so. And so it has caused some freedom, the ability to work where I want and how I want. But at the end of the day, it has been a lot of work that I would not change for the world. So even though it wasn't necessarily a plan, it's just funny kind of how God does things and kind of throw you in things whether you're meant to be in, because everyone had told me, especially my husband for years, that you need to start your own business. And I just kind of ran away from that idea. But again, it's been a blessing, definitely a roller coaster, but definitely a change that I would not change for the world.
That's amazing. We would love for everybody that's online to be able to come in and really have those conversations. I think that, Ebony, somebody like you is a wealth of information. And for somebody like the young lady we just spoke with, would probably love to pick your brain. Anybody else in the room? Ms. Tillman?
Yes, Fadimata, but it was an old answer that I did not put down.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess that's a wrap for tonight.